In the midst of all the falderall over NFL players kneeling or sitting during the playing of our national anthem, came another disappointment this week in the United States Congress as the Senate again failed to move on replacement of Obamacare. But in that disappointment, there's a silver lining. First of all, that isn't necessarily over, but a chance and an opportunity for redemption exists in tax reform. Specifically, the plan to reduce taxes on the vast majority of Americans and stimulate economic growth. Immediately, Chuck Schumer went to Demagoguery 101 and pulled out the first page, claiming that this would be a tax cut for the rich and, hurt the middle class, etc. It's nonsense. Take a look at what the Tax Foundation says about who's paying federal taxes. First of all, the top 1%, the vilified Americans who do exceptionally well, pay about 40% of federal income taxes. When you go to the top 5%, add an additional 20%. That means that 60% of federal taxes are being paid by the top 5% of wage earners. Meanwhile, the bottom 50% are paying less than 3%, even though that group is 50 times as large as the top echelon. The point of the matter being that 1% is paying an effective rate of more than 25% of their income. That's got to be adjusted. And most important, there has to be an adjustment for the middle class, which the president's proposal does. In fact, it puts about $2,000 a year into the pockets of middle-income Americans who are still paying federal income tax. That's a tremendous boost to the economy because that money is going to be invested or spent for a variety of different things, which stimulates the economy and produces economic growth. That's the key to it all. Economic growth. The president's proposal is both to simplify the tax code, reducing the number of brackets, and to reduce them, especially taxes on corporations. Now, again, the Schumer Democrats are going to say that's for the rich. But think about this. The reduction in the current bill is only to 20%. The president had originally proposed 15%, a much better rate, by the way. Most nations in the world have reduced their corporate rates over the course of the past 10 years. Only the United States hasn't. And as a result, we are less and less competitive because most nations have rates significantly lower than ours. That hurts our competitiveness in the world economy and in the markets that are there. And it hurts American jobs here at home. So by reducing the corporate taxes and, most important, providing a benefit for small business owners, those who take a pass-through on K-1 income, and making equivalency for them at the corporate rate, which will be lower, rather than the individual rate, will stimulate the small business sector, which is the great producer and developer of American jobs. All of it very good for the economy. And the middle class makes out very, very well under the president's proposal as well. Ultimately, the key is economic growth. And the good news is that this week, for the first time in a long time, we passed 3% and are moving upwards. The left is going to scream that this blows a hole in the deficit. Not so if you have a growing economy. If you have a stagnant economy, such as we did under President Obama, maybe there is a problem with the deficit growing. But if you've got a thriving and growing economy, that's taken away. A less than 0.4% increase in the gross domestic product will more than make up for any concerns over the deficit and what implications there might be with a tax reform plan. Economic growth, the two most important words in domestic policy, because it is economic growth that raises the tide that lifts all boats. If we do that, it's good for everybody. And that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.